The shadow in the valley Talla Des Man-Eater, the jungle of Talla Des, was never loud. It breathed quietly, like a living creature watching from the shadows. Tall trees blocked the sunlight, and narrow paths twisted deep into darkness. For generations, villagers entered this forest without fear. It gave them wood, water, and survival. Then one man failed to return. His name was Ram Lal, a simple woodcutter who had walked the same path every morning for 20 years. On that day, he left before sunrise, carrying his axe and a small meal. By evening, his family waited. By nightfall, panic began. At dawn, the villagers found him. His body lay near a dry riverbed. His axe was still in his hand, but his neck was crushed as if by iron jaws. Deep puncture marks were visible on his skull. There were no signs of struggle, no broken branches, no blood trail. It was as if death had come silently and left just as quietly. The elders said it was a tiger. Forest officials agreed, but something felt wrong. Tigers usually attacked cattle or straying prey. This animal had killed cleanly and vanished. A week later, another man disappeared. This time, there was no body. The jungle paths grew quiet. Birds stopped calling. Even the wind felt uneasy. Villagers began to sense they were being watched. Every rustle in the bushes felt closer, heavier. Women stopped sending children outside alone. Men carried sticks and axes, even in daylight. Fear settled slowly, like fog. Whispers began to spread. The jungle had changed. Something inside Talla Des had learned to hunt humans, and this was only the beginning. After the second disappearance, fear took full control of the villages near Talla Des. No one entered the jungle alone anymore. Even in groups, men walked with their heads turning in every direction. The forest no longer felt empty, it felt alert, as if something inside it was waiting. 3 days later, the truth revealed itself. At sunset, a shepherd named Bola was returning with his cattle. He was only a few steps away from the village boundary when the jungle went completely silent. No birds, no insects, even the cattle stopped moving. Then, a low growl came from behind. Before Bola could turn, something massive struck him from the side. Witnesses later said they saw a huge striped shape explode out of the bushes. "Bola!" screamed once as he was dragged across the ground. His fingers clawed the dirt, leaving deep marks before he vanished into the trees. Men rushed forward with torches and sticks, but it was too late. They found Bola's body the next morning. His chest was torn open. Flesh was missing from his thighs and neck. His spine was broken in a single powerful bite. This was no ordinary predator. The forest officers arrived and confirmed the worst fear. A man-eating tiger was active in Talla Des Maneater. Traps were set. Goats were tied as bait. Guns were fired into the jungle to scare the animal away. But the tiger never appeared. It ignored the animals. It ignored the noise. It wanted humans. Nights became a nightmare. People heard heavy footsteps near their homes. Scratch marks appeared on mud walls. Sometimes, glowing eyes were seen at the edge of torchlight, watching, learning. One night, a young man guarding the village heard breathing behind him. Warm, slow, heavy. He turned. The tiger leapt. His scream was cut short as its jaws closed around his throat. Blood soaked the ground as the beast dragged him away into darkness. By morning, only pieces of his torn clothes were found. The man-eater was no longer hiding. It had claimed Talla Des as its hunting ground. By now, Talla Des was a land of fear. More than a dozen people were dead. The jungle paths were abandoned. Smoke rose from village fires all night as people stayed awake guarding their homes. The man-eater had learned their routine. It attacked at dusk, sometimes at dawn, never following a pattern. That is when the government called a professional hunter. He studied the bodies carefully. The bite marks were uneven. One canine was broken. The hunter understood immediately this tiger was injured. Long ago, it must have failed during a hunt, breaking its teeth. Unable to kill fast prey, it had turned to the slowest target available, humans. The final hunt began near an old water crossing where several killings had occurred. A human bait was placed under heavy guard. The jungle felt tense, as if holding its breath. Hours passed. Then a twig snapped. From the darkness, two glowing eyes appeared. The tiger stepped forward slowly. Its body was scarred. Blood stains darkened its fur. Its breathing was rough, almost desperate. Suddenly, it charged. The hunter fired. The first bullet struck its shoulder. The tiger roared a deep, terrifying sound and leapt forward with pure rage. The second shot missed. The beast came within seconds of killing again. Then the hunter fired the final shot. The bullet pierced the tiger's chest. The man-eater collapsed, shaking violently before lying still. The forest went silent once more. The terror was over. The dead tiger was measured and examined. It was old. Its teeth were damaged beyond repair. Hunger and pain had turned it into a killer of humans. The villagers gathered to see the beast that had haunted their nights. Some cried, some felt relief, some felt nothing at all. Life slowly returned to Talla Des. Children went outside again. Men entered the forest cautiously, but no one ever forgot. Even years later, people avoided that part of the jungle after sunset. Elders warned the young ones, the jungle is not cruel by nature, but when survival is taken away, it remembers. The story of the Talla Des Man-Eater became a warning passed through generations, a reminder that when humans disturb the balance of the wild sometimes fights back, and sometimes it hunts.